tweeted this all-new upcoming edition of Resident Evil 4. Yes, this is a real copy, and I'm already bored out of my skull with this game. And Resident Evil 4 fans, Resident Evil 4 purists are going to be upset because, as you can see on the screen, this is the old classic, the iconic game that everyone knows and loves. All of this, all of what you're seeing is cut. Cut. Cut.
Throne room, cut. Laser room, cut. Cable cars, cut.
Cut.
Dragon room, cut. Truck sequence, cut.
All of what you're seeing is cut. All of what you're seeing is cut.
Throne room, cut. Laser room,
Cut. All of what you're seeing is cut.
There's more. U3,
Cut.
U3,
Cut.
U3,
Cut.
Salazar statue, still in the game. However, all of this sequence here.
Cut.
The cage room with the Wolverine guy. It's cutscene now. It's cutscene now. This Gatling gun room.
Cut.
This room where the floor comes down on you.
Cut. Cut.
It's not even Resident Evil 4 anymore. And people are saying, well, Michael, you're helping out in this game, Michael, you're just focusing on the negative. Why don't you do a reverse Uno card and come on a little word, tell us what they replaced? Well, I can't do that.
All of what you're seeing is cut. All of what you're seeing, cut. All of what you're seeing, cut. All of what you're seeing, cut. All of what.
Hello, folks at home. Let's get a 1 in the chat. If you are in the chat, a 1 in the chat, folks at home. We are live out here in a severe thunderstorm watch. It's not a joke. It's not a meme. A severe thunderstorm watch is currently in effect. Now, right now, it's not storming, but I believe later today it could get a little crazy out here, especially if the weather starts cooperating in a way that makes sense for tornadoes and stuff of that nature. So we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully it doesn't come down, but if it does, we'll get the camera out and show it to you in a way that makes sense. But we are live literally in a severe thunderstorm watch. Now, again, currently it's not storming. It's not storming out here, otherwise we wouldn't be out here live streaming. However, with that said, there is still a severe thunderstorm watch in effect right now as we are broadcasting live from the most Kino Comfy live show in all of video right here. Live in a severe thunderstorm watch. And very few people, I'm just going to toot my own horn if I'm allowed to, I'm not, but very few people would be streaming in these conditions because, first of all, the wind, you're going to hear it, okay? The audio is going to be terrible out here regardless of really what you do to try and combat it. Second of all, it's a severe thunderstorm watch, The storms could pop up at any moment. But I'm telling you right here, right now, I ain't a weatherman. However, with that said, it's a little too cold out here, in my opinion, for tornadoes to be popping up. But I don't really know how tornadoes are formed. Something with cold weather, hot weather, they fuse together and then it spawns something. I don't know how it works, but I think that's how it works. That's the general idea. And I got that from Markiplier's video. He created a tornado in one of his videos. And that's how I figured out how tornadoes were, how they came together. But we are live, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in a severe thunderstorm watch, okay? And it is probably, as you can hear, very windy out here. I know it's windy out here, but I'm seeing if you guys can hear it because it is windy out here. That I know and that I can tell you. Yes, Resident Evil 4 Remake is a dead game. But we want to continue to talk about it, and that's okay in my opinion. I just wish we had a more compatible audience to kind of discuss this in a meaningful way, but unfortunately we don't, and that is unfortunate, but there's nothing that I can do about that because all of the people that were actually interested in this game have already played it, and they probably moved on from it. They don't come back to this, and I knew that was going to be the case. I knew they weren't going to come back, and so we're left with the same old audience, which is fine and fair, but it is the way the cookie crumbles here today. So let's go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And it's just going to be me and you here today. And that's okay. We don't need to go all out. We don't need to put shows on anymore because there's just no audience for it anymore. And, when people stop going to Disney World, when that ever happens, in the next 50 years or some shit like that, when, that day does come where Disneyland says, hey, we can't continue this, well, they will probably start tearing down rides and things of that nature. Maybe not. Maybe Disney will be there forever. I don't know. But nonetheless, it's just how the cookie crumbles. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, folks at home, in a severe thunderstorm watch. If you don't believe me, you can look it up for yourself. We are live in a severe thunderstorm watch. Now, it's currently, again, not raining, but we are live in a severe thunderstorm watch. And I'm not sure what that entails because the storms have passed, but for the time being, we are live in a severe thunderstorm watch. Okay? We are live in a severe thunderstorm watch. That I know and that I can tell you. So, it's windy out here. It's a little chilly out here. But apparently it's going to get a lot warmer here in the next few hours, and that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out and how ultimately the tornado may or may not come down. It's going to be very fascinating to see how the cookie ultimately crumbles here. If you are with us here, let's get a 1 in the chat. Hit the like button if you can, and utilize the perks of being a member if you so desire. All right, we're going to call GameStop here today to kick things off. We're going to call GameStop here today. If you guys can hear it, we're going to call GameStop here today. And we're going to see what GameStop... Let me check the weather real quick in case a tornado does pop up. Hey, how you doing? Let me check the weather real quick in case a tornado does pop up here, because we will have to pack this one up shortly if it does pop up out of nowhere. And I don't know where the application went. All right. It is nearly 60 degrees, and the warm front is continuing to creep this way. And the warm front will add about 10 degrees, 12 degrees to the current temperature, which would be fantastic right now because, in my opinion, it's pretty fucking chilly out here. But there are no storms on the horizon, folks at home. No storms on the horizon. And with that said, let's go ahead and call GameStop. See if they have a used copy of Resident Evil 4 Remake. Here we go. We're going to call GameStop here.
It's over.
Someone's coming through. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. The Saunders coming through.
The Saunders child donated £5 through Super Chat. Vendors in Resident Evil is a silly concept, in kind of way horror games plummeted in quality. How does a guy carry weapons in a backpack? It's dumb.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, I'll tell you that. It's very ridiculous. It's unreal. They're not answering. Yeah, do you have a used copy of Resident Evil 4 Remake by any chance?
I do not have any used copies of the remake.
Okay, thanks.
You're very welcome.
I guess no one's trading it into GameStop. Weird. Very odd. We're almost 2 weeks since the launch of Resident Evil 4 Remake, and every GameStop that we have called, they have not received a used copy yet, which is very interesting. You would think at this point people would be done with it, but I guess not. I guess they're waiting for Mercenaries mode to come out, and they're going to play Mercenaries mode and see how that ultimately shapes up. The Saunders coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. The Saunders coming through with the 5. Hell yeah, bro, we appreciate that very much so. Well, that was just one GameStop. That was just one GameStop. So, you know, I mean, we could sit out here all day and call every GameStop that exists, but they might all have the same answer. I'm not entirely sure. They might all have the same answer. So, look, if we had someone interesting to call, we would, but unfortunately we don't have anyone interesting to call. Unless it's your mother. She's probably not busy right now. Let's see if your mother's available. She gave me her number last night, and I said, sweetheart, I mean, we're pretty busy here. But, you know, I do have her number here. Let's go ahead and call your mother. See how she's doing. Hopefully she's safe from the severe weather. We're live in a severe thunderstorm watch, folks at home. Live in a severe thunderstorm watch. Did I just call this place?
Thank you.
Shadows99 donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Hey,
All right, she's not answering.
Members only.
She's not answering. Shadows99 coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Shadows99 coming through. Wait, that's not Shadows99. That's the other Shadows99. I knew that. Oh, the warm front is climbing. This is going to get crazy here later today. The weatherman said if the warm front can get up here, there could be tornadic activity. Okay, so if the warm front can climb up this way, we could be seeing some tornadoes pop up. But it has to climb. Well, there's still time. There's still time. And if the warm front can get up here, which it's supposed to, we might be. It might be interesting weather here later today. Let's just put it that way. All right, your mother didn't answer, so let's call another GameStop here. Let's call a GameStop from here. Call. We're calling another GameStop here, folks at home, to see if they have a used copy of Resident Evil 4 Remake, just to see if people are trading this in nearly 2 weeks since launch. The woke Resident Evil 4 Remake. Here we go. Yeah, do you have any used copies of Resident Evil 4 Remake by any chance?
Unfortunately, none have came in yet, but let me just double check what system.
Whatever you have.
Yeah, unfortunately, none yet.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, maybe it's a game that no one actually bought. Maybe no one actually bought Resident Evil 4 Remake. I'm starting to believe that no one actually bought this game and that the numbers are just... I'm not sure what's going on here. You would think that one person would at least trade it in and put it towards credit to maybe Dead Island 2 or Star Wars Jedi Survivor of the Empire or some shit like that. But every GameStop, and again, we only called 2 GameStops there, but every GameStop that we have called within the last week or so has not received a used copy yet of Resident Evil 4 Remake, which is crazy to say the least. So she don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. They're waiting for the Ada DLC. Well, they're going to be waiting for a lot longer than that. Oh, hell no. The swans are out, bro. Hopefully they stay over there because the swans are scary. Let's just put it that way. The swans are scary. Yeah, they might have bought it digitally. You know, that's a great thing to. I'm a boomer, so I don't buy game. I mean, look, that's not true. I do buy digitally when it's convenient, when I don't care about the game, because I don't want to own a physical copy. The only games I care about with a physical copy are if they're that great or if we get it early. So we're looking at the swans right now, and they're staying over there. Hopefully they stay over there. Otherwise, we'll see how the cookie crumbles there. Let's get a 1 in the chat. If you are able to participate in the chat, we do appreciate your kind generosity, your loyalty for being a part of the show for nearly, some of you, 3 years. Some of you are just joining us here. We do appreciate that as well. And let's call another GameStop here. Let's call one. Let me call this one here. This is, well, let me see. Let me call another GameStop here. Gee, Williker, this phone's trash. It's like lagging. Phone's lagging. Let me call another GameStop here to see where the cookie ultimately crumbles here. And let's call... Let's call another GameStop here. Here we go. Boom. Let's give these folks a call and see if they got a used copy. They might. This GameStop might have a used copy. I hit call, nothing's working. Why is there a delay on that? That makes zero fucking sense. Literally 0 cents. All right, here we go. Calling another GameStop to see if they have a used copy of this all-new edition of Resident Evil 4. Here we go. She don't love and it's so sad. 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 They just don't want to answer the phone today, huh? Must be busy.
Thank you for calling GameStop. At this time, all sources.
Unreal. Well, let's call another GameStop. On a Tuesday afternoon here. Holy shit. It's not working. Here we go. Gee Williker. Computer's gonna...
How can I help you?
Yeah, do you have any used copies of Resident Evil 4 Remake by any chance?
No, only new ones.
Only new ones? All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure what to tell you guys. I guess if you're looking for a used copy, you can't find one unless you go to Craigslist or eBay. Really so sad. She don't love and it's 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 so sad. Well, I mean, they would probably know. They would probably know if they had a used copy or not. I mean, maybe. It's a brand new game. It's starting to sprinkle out here, which is not on the radar. So we'll see how this ultimately unfolds. But what else? What else is there to say on this? We'd love to move on to Dead Island 2, but there's just not enough meat on the discussion there. With this, there's a lot of things to talk about, but no one wants to discuss any of that stuff anymore because we don't have the compatible audience for that, which is unfortunate. I'd love to have a real discussion with real Resident Evil fans, but they are not in here, and they won't come back. So, hard to kind of do that. But that's okay. We've already told the fake Resident Evil fans what was so wrong about the game. Let me check this radar here to see where we stand. See where that warm front's at. Yeah, the warm front is continuing to climb its way this way. Going to be very interesting to see how this plays out later. Oh, there is rain developing. Hold on, maybe not. Never mind. But it's going to be very interesting to see, nonetheless, how this ultimately plays out here later this afternoon. If this warm front can get up here and do its thing. I think that's the big factor right now if tornadoes are going to produce. I'm not entirely sure, but we're looking at the red line here, and it might be... How many miles is that? Probably 100 miles away, maybe 70 miles away, something like that. So the warm front is coming, and hopefully it comes while we're live here. That would be fantastic. You'll be able to feel it, you know what I mean? You'll be able to feel it. Not sure how weather works, but this is interesting. Very interesting here. So we're going to have to wait and see how this plays out. Again, we are live in a severe thunderstorm watch, unless they canceled it by now. They might have canceled it at the top of the hour. Let me see. They have canceled the severe thunderstorm watch, but when we first started live, there was a severe thunderstorm watch. They have canceled the severe thunderstorm watch, and with that said, the main event's tonight, and we're going to see how these storms ultimately play out here. Wind is making it feel cooler. Feels like 57 degrees out here, Fahrenheit. So not even 60, and that wind is pretty chilly. So hopefully that warm front can get up here sooner rather than later. But I suspect when that does happen, the storms are going to come out of nowhere and maybe be pretty violent. But we don't know if the warm front is going to get up here. And if it is going to get up here, it's not going to be at least for another few hours, according to this. So, going to be very interesting to see how this plays out and if tornadoes spawn in the night. So, if tornadoes spawn in the night, you won't be able to see the tornado. So, that makes it 20 times worse because you won't know exactly where the tornado is. If that makes any sense. If that makes any sense, folks at home. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love. You watched that episode? Oh, Monday Night Raw was pretty terrible last night, bro. I had to stop watching it halfway through. It was really bad, bro. And what was with that ending? I mean, bro, Brock Lesnar coming in there and throwing Cody Rhodes to the trash can, essentially. I mean, I get what they're doing. They're going to build it up, and then, you know, Cody Rhodes is eventually going to have his massive moment. I get what they're doing, but this, you know, this episode, for it being the episode after Raw, was pretty terrible. Like, the crowd was dead. There was no hype. Very few, if any, surprises. I had to stop watching halfway through. I turned it off. It was terrible. It was really that bad. And the ending was like, what are we doing here? Okay, we're like, is Cody Rhodes taking time off? And that's one way to write him off TV. Like, what is ultimately happening here? But it seems like they're going to do that kind of Daniel Bryan thing where they push him down over and over and over again, and it gets people pissed off, and then they eventually come back with that redemption angle of Cody Rhodes coming out victorious on top, maybe at WrestleMania 40 or SummerSlam or whatever the fuck. But nonetheless, that episode of Raw last night, for it being the Raw after WrestleMania, was so bad, bro. I mean, it was, the crowd was dead, the storylines went in stupid directions. Like, I don't know who's booking that, but it ain't good. So, it really is so sad, I'll tell you. It really is so sad. Well, the crowd wasn't even into it, and it's like, you pay all of this money to go see this stuff, and they don't even cheer. They're on their phone, and it's like, well, you've already lost them. If they're on their phone, they're not engaging with the show, then you've already lost them. It's as simple as that, so. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. How are we doing on this audio? How are we doing on this audio? Should be good. Let's see here. Holy shit. First name, last name coming through really hard and really strong. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that.
Last name donated £20 through Super Chat. It's tornado time.
That's what we're talking about, baby. First name, last name coming through really hard and really strong. It is tornado time. Potentially, it could be later today, later in the afternoon, maybe even at night, which is even crazier because you won't be able to see where the tornado comes if it comes at night. You won't be able to see where it comes if it comes at night. So hopefully that isn't the case. But if it is, I mean, if I hear a siren, I'll run outside and see where I can see the tornado. Hopefully it's not right on top of me. If it is, well, that's the end of world class, and that's the end of depends on how big the tornado is. First name, last name coming through really hard and really strong with a $20 super chat. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Thank you so kindly. First name, last name coming through really hard and really strong. In the face of adversity here. Good audio? Well, it should be the best in the world. It really can't get... I'm going to be honest with you. It really... You can talk to an audio engineer. It can't get much better than this. It really can't. Well, I mean, it can. But this is some of the best audio you might ever hear in this must-see live internet television show covering the world of vidya and more. See, we have a limiter on the microphone too, so that means if I yell, it shouldn't clip. It said it clipped, but I don't think it did.
Thank you.
So we can get as loud as we want.
£2 through Super Chat. Justice is needed for Cody. He got screwed. People wrestling.
Let me read this again. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. The Saunders coming through, popping the cherry, and the two-time Tony Hawk combo. Cody, he got screwed, yeah. Well, they're going to have a long-term storyline. They want to build it up for the next big event, whether it be SummerSlam or WrestleMania 40 or some shit like that. You know, who's going to dethrone Roman Reigns? They're going to have the bloodline probably crumble, and then that's going to ultimately culminate when Cody Rhodes is getting back to where he was. It's actually a smart storyline. I get where they're going with it, but it is, right now, for the time being, just kind of annoying. Because, you know, you have to wait for that to play out, and people aren't really that patient these days. But with that said, it's going to make for a massive, true WrestleMania moment, and it makes sense why he didn't go over at WrestleMania 39, because it was just a little too soon. There was great build to that, and people got invested. But if they play it like they're playing it now, and, you know, they go for the long haul, it is going to pay off more effectively in a way that makes sense. So I think Triple H knows what he's doing. And we'll just have to wait and see. So it's really a marathon with the Cody Rhodes angle and not a sprint. And people want to sprint these days.
The Saunders child donated £2 through Super Chat. Konami is expanding.
Really?
Apparently.
Well, they might need to pick a different developer to remake Silent Hill. They might need to pick a different developer to remake Silent Hill. I mean, not that I care about, well, Silent Hill 2. See, here's the thing with the Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm going to be a fake Silent Hill fan. The only Silent Hill games that I've truly played for at least longer than 20 minutes is Silent Hill 1 on the PS1, Silent Hill 1 on the PS1, and Silent Hill Shattered Memories. Hell yeah, bro. We appreciate that. We want to make it feel classy and not trashy over here. You know what I mean? So hopefully this is one way to help facilitate that classiness feeling, that first-class ticket to the first-class deck on the Titanic. You know what I mean? Mike I coming through. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Member for 10 months. Appreciate the loyalty there, brother. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate that. Well, the audio is the best in the world, baby. Ain't nobody can match this audio quality. I would love to see someone stream outside and match this audio quality. I don't think it can be done. Because you have to kind of put a little bit more thought into it, in the sense that it's like, okay, well, it's windy out here. How are we going to, combat the wind? And, there's just a lot of variable... There's a lot of There's a lot of variable factors with the audio situation, especially outside. You can do audio all day and all night in your little bedroom, but you come outside and you start doing a show outside and you start trying to get clean audio outside, good luck. Whole different ballgame. But it's not as hard as you would think. It's not as tricky as you would think. So you don't need to go to audio engineer school to get the knowledge here. I can just share it with you right out here. But you will still hear the wind because we didn't bring the extra windscreen. Didn't think that was too necessary here today. Let's call another GameStop and see if they have a used copy here. Let's call another GameStop here and see if they have a used copy. Let's go ahead and call another GameStop here and see if they have a used copy of this all-new edition of Resident Evil 4. Here we go. All right, we're calling another GameStop here, folks at home. And we're going to see if they have a used copy of Resident Evil 4 Remake. Here we go. Yeah, do you have a used copy of Resident Evil 4 Remake by any chance?
For which console?
Whichever you may have.
Let me see. Resident Evil 4. For use, let me make sure I have a visual on it. I might have it for Xbox Series X. Let me see.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I have a visual on it before I'm just like, yeah, it's here, and then it not actually be here.
Right,
So
yeah.
give me just a second to find it. For that one. Yeah, I do have it.
Okay, how much is that?
That one's going to be 55.
All right.
Before tax.
All right, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good one.
Take care. Great customer service. Holy shit. And I went into that store, I believe. I think that's... Actually, I don't know which one I called. Wow. Great customer service. He double-checked. See, I'm telling you, man. That's how you do customer service right there. Friendly, double-checked for me, deserves a raise. That's how you do it, man. And that place was friendly when I walked in there in real life. Very great customer service. Incredible. They have a used copy. Holy shit, there you go. They have a used copy on Xbox. Someone has already done with it on Xbox. They probably watched my video and they thought, you know what, maybe this is trash. Well, when the Chromecast video releases, when that documentary releases, that motion picture, that major motion picture, whew, there's going to be a lot more used copies for this all-new edition of Resident Evil 4. Let's get a one in the chat, baby. Check this out. Yeah, he double-checked for me, bro. He double-checked for me, friendly, answered all my questions, didn't have an attitude, didn't have this, tone vibe where it's like, ugh, another customer calling in. I see these TikToks and it's like, people are complaining about like, oh, here comes a customer into my store. And it's like, really? Roll the fucking red carpet out. I mean, it's ridiculous. You got to roll the right... I mean, I've never worked in customer service before, but I'm telling you right here and right now, you got to roll the red carpet out. Because as a customer, when I walk into the place, if they don't greet me even, especially after like 5 minutes of me being in the facility, I might walk elsewhere and take my business elsewhere. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel treated like, I don't exist, right? So, in my opinion, you got to roll the red carpet out. You got to greet them immediately. Even if it's fake.
Donated £5 through Super Chat. How do villagers drop ammo in the game, but they have no weapons? I hate action games that masquerade as being horror. Capcom simply sold out in 2005.
Well, look, I'll tell you, absolutely. I will argue, I will say, and most people won't, agree. Most people will agree with this. Most people will agree with this. I will say that Resident Evil 4 2005 was a very much so anti-Resident Evil game. Absolutely. It was a very much so anti-Resident Evil game. And I think, that's what I said when I was playing through it. This is anti-Resident Evil. This isn't, it's Leon S. Kennedy in Spain, fighting nothing but villagers and fucking Dragon Castle goers.
How do you become a member?
There should be a join button, but if you're on Apple, there might not be a join button, so I'm not sure how you do it if there's no join button. You might have to check on desktop or Android. I'm not sure. But I know on Apple it doesn't show the join button, which is ridiculous. Doesn't make any sense. But you might have to check on desktop if you have that available. The Saunders coming through with the 5. World Pass coming through with the 5. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. No, I don't need the king treatment. You need to make the customer feel like, dude, when I walk into a fancy restaurant and they present this vibe like they don't really want me here without saying that, I don't want to eat there anymore. It's not about rolling the red carpet out. For me, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you have to treat the customer with some sort of substance. you know. Dude, I would love to work at GameStop, but my disability prevents me from doing that. I would love to help people out. It's so much fun. If they had a question about a game, now if they're going to come in and be rude, I mean, that's just a part of it, you know. But we can turn that frown upside down. It's not hard. I think it would be very fun to help people out in the world of video, because I know a lot about it, at least enough to work at GameStop, more than they probably do, some employees. So it'd be very fun, but working the cash register and stuff like that, that would be something that I would have to overcome, and we would have to literally practice. I'm not good with math. It's not that I can't figure out how to do it. It's just going to take a lot of time, and you have to work it's not like anyone's going to GameStop. Actually, that's not true. I went into GameStop when God of War Ragnarok launched, and the line was out the fucking door to even talk to the people working at the store. That was just back in November, I believe, when it came out, God of War Ragnarok. I went to GameStop because I was going to be like, I'll just pick it up at GameStop. And the line was out the fucking door. Now, maybe it's not like that everywhere, but there's a reason why GameStop is still around. And you'll hear a bunch of fucking negative Nancys on the internet say that GameStop is dead, yet they never leave their parents' basement to understand that it's like people still go and shop at GameStop, and they still do kind of these midnight launches. It's just you don't want to go out and experience it anymore because you got old. That's really the reality of it. Like nothing has changed. You can go feel that nostalgia again. Like, yeah, maybe it's not as crazy as it once was, but it's, you know, you can still experience that stuff for the most part. I'd like to work at GameStop. I'm not even joking. I don't see. It's no different than this. You're just talking to people. It's not that hard. Because you're helping. Because a lot of people don't know anything about video games. They come and they ask about, you know, what's the difference between Series S and Series X, and if I have, you know, a game for this console, can I play it for that console? So there would be those questions and stuff like that, and I could easily answer most of them. Now, if you get some, like, super nerd in there that gets, like, real technical about shit, like, you know, then it might get a little tricky, but I think it would be fun. I think it would be fun. I'm not even joking. I think it would be fun. That's what we're talking about. Rat Gaddy member for 16 months, baby. Rat Gaddy member for 16 months, brother. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, man. 16 months, how long is that? Well, 1 year is 12 months, right? 12 plus 6. See, this is where we got to pull the fingers up. That's, well, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, 12 months, 16 months. So that's... I don't even know what am I trying to figure out here? Member for 16 months. But 2 years is 24. Because 12 plus 12 is 24. So 2 months, or 2 years rather, is 24 months. So you're more than halfway to the 2 year marker, I believe. All right, let's check on that radar. Let's see how the cookie crumbles. But every time, I mean, that GameStop is incredible, bro. I went in there in real life. I think on stream. Great customer service. And great customer service, man. Goes a long way. Really does. All right, let's check this weather out here, and let's see if the warm front is moving up closer here. And it hasn't budged. From my eyeballs here, it hasn't budged. But it looks like there could be some more scattered storms pop. Never mind, that was left over from earlier. All right, we're all good here. But we're waiting for this warm front to pop up here. And once it does, it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. It's going to raise the temperature by 10 degrees or so. And the tornadoes could form at night, bro. Imagine sleeping and hearing a fucking tornado siren, bro. Imagine sleeping. Holy fucking shit, baby. Forge a Grizzly. That's what we're talking about. Holy fucking shit, baby. Member for 28 months. That is literally over 2 years, bro. Holy fucking shit. Forge a Grizzly, bro. That's what we're talking about. Holy fucking shit, baby. Look at that loyalty right there. Member for 28 months. Holy fuck. That is literally over 2 years. It's insane. Hell yeah, thank you so kindly. We appreciate you guys for being in the members club. Member for 28 months. Holy shit. I think the highest member... Well, I don't have any numbers off the top of my head, but some people have stuck around. And we will need to acknowledge that when the time is right. The wind! Two years and 4 months. Holy fuck. Hard to believe that we've been doing this out here for that long, to be honest. Hard to maintain. That's like going to the gym for 3 years straight and seeing progress, but not big results after 3 years. You know, it's like, well, maybe we're not doing something right at the gym. And most people would give up. Most people would say, fuck it, we're done with the gym. You know, we had the energy when we first went to the gym, and now we don't have the same motivation as we once did because they're not seeing the results that they would like to see. And either you have to change something or you just have to stick with it and make it a part of your lifestyle. Now, I don't go to the gym, but I know what all of that's about. I was a very physical athlete, world-class athlete in high school, okay? And we still, I would argue, are to this day. You know, most people don't walk 15 miles a day, especially, you know, carrying heavy equipment and streaming and talking constantly and putting on a show and doing this, that, and the third. So I think there's, you know, something to that has stuck with world class from the world-class athlete days and has continued here for the next decade or so since we've participated in sports. Well, if you want to pick me up and let's go to the strip club, I'll be fine with that. You know what I mean? I ain't going to say no. I ain't gay. If you're in the area, I'll pay for your gas. Come on by. Let's go to the strip club. You know what I mean? Shit. She don't. We got to stand up a little bit here. Well, maybe that's a bad idea. We don't want the computer to blow away. I think it should be fine. The problem with the Mac here is that it's so lightweight, it will actually fly away. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. But if you're here for Resident Evil 4 Remake discussion, well, we've been trying to talk about it, but it's really hard. Well, not hard, but tricky once, the audience isn't really compatible. Because a lot of people in here don't play video games, and they're just here to look at this, which is fine. I'm not saying you have to play video games to contribute to the conversation, but we would like people that have actually played through this. Holy fucking shit. It's too windy. It's too windy. We can't. You get those wind gusts, and I'll tell you what. It's all it takes. I bet that sounded amazing. Spider-Man days. You were here during the Spider-Man days? Let me tell you something, bro. The energy for the Spider-Man days was unlike anything I've ever seen. And we had less views then. The videos, if you go back and look at the Spider-Man videos, they don't have many views. But the energy surrounding the Spider-Man videos was crazy. And we will be covering Spider-Man 2. I don't know when that game is coming out. It's supposed to come out later this year, but they have been awfully quiet about it if it's supposed to come out later this year. But nonetheless, whenever that does come, we will be covering Spider-Man 2 very much so. So stick out, be on the lookout for that. If it releases this year anyway. I mean, they might delay it, they might not. I don't know, but they haven't said anything about it for like a long time, so who knows. I want to call someone. I'm tired of people calling me. I want to call someone. I think that would be a lot of fun. Ugh. Well, we called GameStop, so we did do call-ins here.
Thank you.
CTR 8000.
Yeah, well, I applied at GameStop. I applied at
I
GameStop.
think you're out of content, get a job.
Well, yeah, I applied at GameStop, so we won't be doing the show anymore. Then you won't have anything to complain about. So, I don't know. I applied at GameStop. If we can't pass the math test, which I'm assuming they test. Dude, one time I applied at a video rental store, and they had you do a pre-algebra test. And I said, well, I can't make the interview. Because, I ain't going to pass that test. That's just a waste of time, waste of gas to go to the interview. But, yeah, if we get a call back from GameStop, I mean, we'll take our talents there. It's not hard. Oh. Everyone's busy. Everyone's busy. You see, we started this show. We didn't start the show, but the show got a little spike in popularity during COVID. And during COVID, the height of COVID, you know, people were indoors. So, as such, more people had a lot of free time, or more so than they do now. And I'm not sure where we were going there with that, but I'm just saying... the old callers are either busy or they've moved on from the show. Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil is being toxic. Well, we wish we had you on the show. We wish we had you on the show. I miss Dr. Phil calling in. I thought that was quality entertainment. I'd literally pay the guy to get Dr. Phil on the line, like $5. Hey, can you get Dr. Phil on the line today? Here's $5. Like, that's what I would do. But, if he can't get Dr. Phil on the line anymore, then I guess it is what it is. Charlie Man coming through. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Coming through hard and strong with the $20 super chat. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate it. Charlie Man coming through really hard and really strong. What?
Looking at Anna's as on RD for a remake. She doesn't love it is so incredibly sad. She don't love it is so sad. Sing the song Mackle, Peach, clapping hands.
Let's go, baby. What are we waiting for? Throw the dollar bills with the strippers. Better than looking at Ada's ass in Resident Evil 4 Remake. She doesn't love it. It's so incredibly sad. She don't love it. It's so sad. She don't love it. It's so sad. Well, I mean, look, if you come into the strip club and you pull that wallet out, they're going to put on a show. And a show that you might not forget. You know what I mean? So, it's that crazy. It's that crazy. Dr. Phil, look at this. How is it not toxic? It's a pretty. This is why we do members only chat. First of all, it's a perk of being a member, and second of all, it kind of chills things fucking down. It's kind of nice to have a switch in pace once in a while. But obviously, we found the fake member, and there's many fake members. That's why they're not chatting in this chat. Let me just break this down. I'm going to give this guy some entertainment here because we have nothing else to talk about. So this is great bait. Idiotic to set chat to members only. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. I wish we could talk and tell it what is that. Let's do a poll here. Here we go. Here we go. Is that statement from Dr. Phil toxic? Let me read it again. Idiotic to set chat to members only. Let's ask the folks at home. Is that statement from Dr. Phil toxic? This is again what he said. Idiotic to set chat to members only. I thought it was genuinely toxic. Now, I didn't time him out or ban him, but he's saying, Dr. Phil's saying it's not toxic. Oh, they're saying no in here? Pure contrarians. Pure contrarians. So sad. Pure contrarians in here. It's so sad. It's neck and neck. It's a pretty straightforward answer in my opinion, but nonetheless, I guess it's not. Because we have... It's like Game of Thrones in here, really. I don't even watch that show. I watched it one time, maybe. It was really good when I watched it. You know, they had a big battle scene, a lot of crazy shit happening. So I tuned in at the right time. Crazy battle scene. Unbelievable battle scene. Why is the phone vibrating? Is there a new tornado watch out? Holy shit, let's see what's going on here. Phone is vibrating. Do we have the weather alerts on? Let's find out. No, that's Twitch. Unreal. An irrelevant streamer is going live. Cool. Well, over here on the Relevancy Island, they said it wasn't toxic. Okay. Whatever, dude. Well, I disagree. They can have their opinion. They're entitled to it. I disagree. I thought it was a toxic statement. But obviously he was gifted that membership. He didn't pay for it. Because you can tell the quality, genuine members as opposed to the fucking members that were like, oh, yeah, I'm a real member, Michael. It's like, nah, you probably got gifted member because someone gifted like 50 members, which we do appreciate. But with that said, it does invite some people that wouldn't have been members to begin with because, well, so it just creates a cesspool within the membership club, and we wanted it to be quality members, wholesome members, genuine, and unfortunately they love to pop the balloons over here at the party, so which they would argue that that's not toxic either. Like, oh yeah, Michael, we came into this party and, you know, we made this party cool, Michael, and we're allowed to come in here and pop some of them balloons because this shit sucks. I don't like the color of the balloons you picked out, Michael. That's trash. I wanted red balloons, Michael. I didn't want blue. Takes two to tango. Well, we can. Let me see when you made your account, because that'll be a telling sign. Because the old Dr. Phil, yeah, this is. Oh, 2019, really? Oh, well, I mean, that's interesting. 2019, I was expecting 2023. I'm not being toxic. How am I being toxic? Explain to me how I'm being toxic. I reacted to what you said, and I'm going to reflect it back at you. And then you're going to accuse me of being toxic. It's like, well, you started it. Sure, I didn't have to react, but I need content. So thanks for providing content. Here we go. Wind gust. Wind gust. Whatever, dude. Oh, Lord. $2019. Well, that doesn't mean you're not toxic. I mean, there's people that have been subscribed to the channel. Well, not subscribed, but it doesn't mean that if you have an old account, it means you're automatically a fucking cool guy. It's like, you know, but we do have a problem with people making new accounts around here. And but let me ask you this. Are you the same doctor? Here's what I really want to know. Who cares about all that shit? Are you the same Dr. Phil? No, you're not. Because the old Dr. Phil, there was another Dr. Phil that came in here, and it was actually funny as fuck. Because the old Dr. Phil would come in here and do all caps and it wouldn't stop. And I thought that guy was cool, man. Unfortunately, he doesn't call it anymore. I think he got bullied. I'm not sure. There goes the 18-wheeler. Hopefully that doesn't tip over later today. You made it members-only chat. Yeah, that is a perk for being a member, and yes, I did, and yes, I can. Cry more. I mean, fuck me, man. Like, why would I allow you to be in this club? No one's being toxic in here except you.
Jordan donated
Why would I want you as a member? You obviously changed your username.
You lost.
Okay, dude. I already know what that's a reference to. He's still at it. I'm not going to say who it is, but... Let's get a 1 in the chat here. Let's get a 1 in the chat. Something is frozen on the screen here. Let's get a 1 in the chat if you're with World Class here.
Thank you.
Shana donated $1.99 through Super Chat.
That's what we're talking about. Thanks for the super sticker. Let's get a 1 in the chat here. Exactly. Cobain's got some brains. Cobain's got some brains. Not that other people don't in here, but Cobain... I love crying. How am I crying? I'm just talking into a microphone. Does that equate to crying? Keep sending me super chats. I don't care. You love it. You can't get enough of it. What is your fucking profile picture of? Cringe, dude. SpongeBob? Yikes. Who let the simpleton out of the asylum? Well, that's why we had Cobain as a mod, you know. And Cobain's a mod, and Cobain, you know, he's a mod over on another YouTuber's channel that's actually relevant. All right, let's see where that warm front is here. I'm the one crying. Yeah, you are. You're... How am I crying? I'm just reacting to your slop.
Shana donated $1.99.
You're the one bringing it up.
Super Chat. I love crying.
You sure do, clearly. All right, let's check this warm front here. And it is, I think, inching a little closer here. So within the next couple of hours, 3 hours or so, I think the warm front's going to approach. And my, oh my, the tornado zone could be very active here later today and at night. This could get a little crazy here because especially if the tornadoes come at night.
Thank you.
That is insane.
Shana donated $1.99 through Super Chat. I'm the one crying, Michael.
I know. You didn't have to tell me. You didn't have to tell me. The only time it rains in Hollywood. Oh, shit, we lost the bottle cap. Great, now this shit can fucking...
It's over.
Death Cited 666 donated $5 through Super Chat. Imagine
You'd have to call John Lennon for that. You'd have to call John Lennon for that. Call John Lennon and ask if that is possible. You can't with these Resident... No, the Resident Evil fans are in harmony. What are you talking about? There's literally no one saying that this game sucks except me. I mean, that might not be entirely true, but it kind of is. Because I have... Show me one other reviewer that has said that maybe this isn't that fantastic without complaining about like the normal issues like, okay, the performance isn't where it needs to be, or the controls. I'm not talking about those two things. I'm talking about the cut content, the woke themes, the things of that nature. And there is a discussion surrounding this game right now about the wokeness of it. And it is a woke game. It very much so is. And maybe that's not the right word to use, but in my opinion, it's clearly sanitized. And it probably has to be, to give it credit, but to pretend like it's not sanitized is a little silly to me because That's just not true. It is sanitized. It is sanitized. Resident Evil 4 Remake speedrun, 1 hour and 42 minutes. There you go. Oh, this warm front needs to come. Holy shit. I just don't know how much longer I can last. This warm front needs to come, dude. This is crazy. It is like 50 degrees out here, but when you go where the warm front is, we're talking 74 degrees. It's going to get 80 degrees later tonight. You're talking about the thunderstorms roaring out here in the dark. Pitch black. If that ain't the scariest thing, I don't know what is, bro. Because when you go outside, if it is dark and there is severe weather and the tornado sirens are going off, you're not necessarily going to know where the tornado is going to be. There's just really no way to tell. Or it's going to be very difficult, especially if you don't have time to take cover or what have you. So it's pretty fucking crazy, to be honest. And hopefully this, maybe the warm front shouldn't get up here because I'm assuming that's going to make things worse. However, I'm not a weatherman, so I don't know how it works, but I'm thinking that is the big key factor here today on this potential tornado-like weather here with the atmosphere and things of that nature. But, oh, Jesus Lord! Jesus Lord! Oh, Jesus! We're going to lose something. We got to put things away here. Something's going to fly away. Yeah, we might not be able to get it back. If it flies in the water, it wouldn't be good. All right. Are you going to do a midnight caller outside? We don't really do that show anymore. I mean, we could for members only or something, but I don't know if it fits within the, I don't know. No plan on it, though. It'd be too windy. You wouldn't be able to hear half of what I'm saying. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. Oh. Well, this Friday, Mercenaries comes out. Let's see the player count on a Tuesday afternoon on Steam for Resident Evil 4 Remake. And yeah, this is pretty low, but again, it's a Tuesday afternoon, so I'm not expecting it to be high. 49,000. 49,000 players on a Tuesday afternoon. I mean, that's 49,000 unemployed people. So, still decent numbers, but let's just say it's probably peaked, obviously. But I think it will have a jump this Friday when Mercenaries mode releases and people will jump in for maybe the last time until the DLC, which will probably release sometime next year if I had to guess. I'm assuming the DLC would release sometime next year. Well, GTA 5 and Fortnite are on totally different levels. This is a single-player game that doesn't have any extra game modes, so... Yeah, I know, I literally said that.
It's over!
Yeah, I know. I literally said that.
That cited 666 donated.
I know, it's a Tuesday afternoon, I get it.
Michael, people are working, it's Tuesday, lol, so sad.
Yeah. I understand that. But there are almost 1 million people on Counter-Strike on Steam, so... And I'm not saying that has anything to do with Resident Evil 4. I'm just saying, Tuesday afternoon, nearly 1 million people on Counter-Strike. That's pretty fucking good. GTA 5, 82,000. That's pretty low for GTA 5. But, it's a 10-year-old game. What else can you fucking... Unless you want to go into those RP servers, I'm not sure what you can really do in that game. I thought the online was terrible for GTA. Well, and Red Dead Redemption 2. I didn't buy those games for the online. It was just cherry on the... cherry on top of the icing. On the cake. But a lot of people like those modes, and they play exclusively those modes, but I don't see the appeal. I really don't see the appeal. Fake members are the best members. I disagree, but you're entitled to your opinion. Let's see how many players are on Resident Evil 7. I'm going to say 500. Maybe actually higher than that. 800. Okay. It's about where I thought. 885 to be exact players on Resident Evil 7 on a Tuesday afternoon. That ain't too shabby. For a 6-year-old game, that ain't too fucking shabby, actually. And, you know, when you look at Resident Evil 7, in my opinion, the Madhouse mode is something that should have been carried over to Resident Evil 4 Remake because it's a remix mode, essentially, and it replaces items and things of that nature. It's not like, you know, revolutionary, but it does add some variety to the sort of staleness that you get after playing the same thing over and over and over again. So I thought, you know, they should have carried that over to Resident Evil 4 Remake because at least on paper, it sounds interesting. I've never played Madhouse mode because it's probably too difficult, but very interesting concept there. Very interesting concept. Red Dead Online is a snooze fest, yeah. Well, we're waiting for Starfield. Starfield releases in September. That's the next big fucking game. Let's hit one more like and we're at 100 likes. Can we get there? One more like and we're at 100 likes here. But Starfield is the next big, massive game that everyone is... Well, I don't know about everyone, but many people are anticipating. It's Bethesda. It's Todd Howard. Xbox needs some fucking software on their service. So, with that said, a lot of people are anticipating... I can barely hear myself talk out here. A lot of people are anticipating Starfield. I am as well. And I'm hoping that that can be the game where we can sit down and we can say, wow, there's a lot of meat on that bone, and it's actually worthwhile to consume it. You know what I mean? That's the most important part, because you can pull the chicken out of the oven, and it might look good, but you taste it, it might taste like shit. So, you know, we're hoping that Starfield can hit that home run, but even if it doesn't, it's on Game Pass, so it's not a big deal. You know, I'm not currently subscribed to Game Pass because there's good games on there, but I don't necessarily feel compelled to play many of them, if any of them. So there's no point to stay subscribed. And as such, I will probably resubscribe to Game Pass once Starfield launches in September, if it does launch in September. We'll see how the cookie crumbles. Yeah. Exactly. Ah! We need to put like a weight on the computer. It's too light. Holy shit. Oh, no. This almost spilled. I'm not getting that sticky shit all over this stuff. Fuck that. We gotta finish this syrup. Ugh. It's fucking syrup in a bottle, bro. Pure sugar. 61 grams of sugar. It's literally just syrup in a bottle. Might as well go buy a fucking bottle of syrup and drink that. She don't love and it's so sad. Oh, we're actually... Damn, it's already that time? I didn't think... Well, we went live a little later today because it was raining earlier. And we're going to see how this plays out with potential severe weather and potential tornadoes as well. I don't think that's going to happen. But nonetheless, it could be interesting later tonight. And like I said, if the tornado does pop up, well, all we can do is look at it. I mean, we could go inside the tornado, but we probably wouldn't last too long. I don't think you would immediately die if you walked into a tornado. I think the debris would kill you before you know. I mean, I don't. I'm not a scientist, right? You know, but I'm assuming the debris would probably knock you out and kill you right on the. You know, as soon as you step into the tornado, or the tornado would fling you like 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet, 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet, 400. You know, not really sure. Not really sure. She don't love it, it's so sad. Straight up Brando's in here, hell yeah, bro. She don't love it, it's so sad. Slurp the high fructose corn syrup diabetes machine. We might as well. You got to have fun. I mean, people smoke cigarettes every single day. They buy a carton of cigarettes, and it says on the carton of cigarettes, like, this shit causes cancer. But they don't care. You know? So, it is what it is. And the carton of cigarettes ain't fucking cheap. It's not like that shit's cheap either. It's like, I don't even know what it is. Probably like $12 or something for a carton of cigarettes. And some people smoke that shit fucking like it's, you know, like their life depends on it. Which for some people it probably does, unfortunately. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. How are we doing? You know, if your mother answered, we could actually call her and say, hey, what's up? How you doing? But she didn't pick up the telephone. She's busy on a Tuesday afternoon. You know, she actually has a job, unlike me, so. But according to the internet, every entertainer is, So I guess the people on Hollywood Boulevard, those are real jobs, but I don't get it. I just don't get the argument, because there's no argument. It's literally just bait. It has to be just bait, because there's no concrete argument there.
Brando Vibes donated $10 through Super Chat. I'm a shill on the hill, shilling for Capcom. I'm a shill.
That's what we're talking about, baby. I'm a shill on the hill, shilling for Capcom. I'm shilling on the hill. I'm shilling on the hill. They sent me the free gaming chair. Capcom is great. Resident Evil 4 is better than it has ever been. Capcom is great. They are amazing. Capcom is great. There you go. I don't know what that was, but it was something. Straight up Brando coming through with a 10. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Straight up Brando coming through with a 10. Well, I've never smoked a cigarette. Never smoked a cigarette. Maybe that's my problem. Actually, don't smoke, don't do drugs. Does she love Michael? It's getting cold. Where is this warm front? Put that down there for a moment. Where is this warm front, dude? Holy shit. I don't think it's coming up this way. Let's get a double check on this warm front here. Yeah. I think it might have stalled. I don't think the warm front's getting here. And I'm going to tell you what, if that is true, the weatherman might have been severely wrong. Because the storms are probably going to fizzle out. It's too cold. There ain't no way a tornado can form when it's like 40 degrees out here, bro. Like, I mean, it might be possible. It very well could be, but the likelihood of it seems a little off. So, if the warm front let me check the weather app here and see what's going on. So it is, I don't know about that temperature. It feels colder than that out here. But apparently in 1 hour that's a bunch of baloney. 2 hours from now, 3 hours from now, hold on, 4, 5, 2 hours from now, the temperature is going to raise 10 degrees. So the warm front's going to have to get its fat ass up here and try and get its act together to see if this is going to produce anything tonight. But we are very close to the tornado enhanced zone or some shit like that. So we'll see what this does. It got crazy here last Friday. Let me just put it to you that way. I'm sure you read it on the news. The theater collapsed. They went to some metal show, and the theater collapsed. The roof of the theater from a tornado. She don't love, and it's so sad. She don't love, and it's so sad. Well, right now there's nothing happening. I mean, the storms came through earlier. It's just a little chilly out here and a little windy, and that's about it. But nothing's popping up until later tonight. That's what the weatherman said. So I said, okay, well, we can do the show because nothing's going to happen until basically later tonight, if anything at all. But with the way this weather is acting, I don't see how this could fire off any tornadoes or anything like that because it's cloudy, the sun's not coming out, there's like no humidity out here. I mean, I'm fucking, it's chilly out here. So I'm not sure how the tornado is going to spawn because, you need a mix of warm air and cold air, right? And that's how the tornado formulates. That's what the Markiplier video showed. That's literally how, I literally did not know how tornadoes were formed until I watched that video. And that was only a few years ago. So, but, I'm assuming that's what it has to, the right ingredients have to come together. When Martha Stewart bakes the fucking pancake, she puts it in the oven and she says, well, sweetheart, this is how it's done, and she throws a slap of butter on there and spreads it all over. And that's great. But, to make that happen, the right ingredients need to come together. And for the tornadoes to potentially come out of the sky like nobody's business, in my opinion, I'm a stupid idiot. But with that said, I believe it's going to have to get a little bit warmer out here to see anything potentially severe, in my opinion, because right now it's nothing's happening. Well, I mean, if your mother's single and she's 45 years old and, because she came down to the tanning office and I said, sweetheart, what can I do for you? I mean, I don't work here, but oh, this weather sucks. 61 degrees my fucking foot. It don't feel like no 61 out here, bro. That wind is making it feel a lot colder. Oh. Tornado roof. I don't know what you're talking about. I said the roof of the fucking theater got hit by a tornado. Or at least severe weather. But that's what happened. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Oh. There was a tornado 2 weeks ago in LA. Shit. Well, that's a fake tornado. Over here, you get the real deal. I mean, not a fake tornado, but like probably fucking EF0 or some shit like that. Like barely measurable. But, over here, you can get some crazy tornadoes it's not, it's not very seldom. But, if the tornadoes come, they come. And they're pretty violent. I mean, even the wind the other, few days ago when the storms came through, there were tornadoes, but not here. But when the storms did come through, it got pretty fucking crazy out here. Trees were flipping over and shit, and roofs were coming off and stuff like that. So it got a little crazy around here. I'm not gonna lie, it got a little crazy. And that was last Friday. So, here we are this Tuesday, and the weatherman's saying it could happen again, but maybe not. We just don't know. And if it does happen again, it's probably going to happen during the night hours, which is not, I'm not sure why. Well, that's horrible news, actually, if it happens during the nighttime, because you're not going to be able to fucking see, and everyone's probably asleep. So that might be worst case scenario with the tornadoes here, and it's getting a lot windier here. Holy fucking shit, folks at home, it's getting a lot windier out here. A lot of simpletons already do after the massive L with the RE4 demake. That's what we're talking about. It's over. It's over. Oh. Oh. Trying to think of what we can do. I mean, well, we don't have to do nothing, but I'm gonna have to warm the body up here in a minute. Holy shit. It's getting cold out here. It's getting cold out here. It is getting cold out here, folks at home. That wind, if that wind stopped, I think it would be a lot more tolerable, but that wind is just, you can look up the dew point for yourself. Certainly doesn't feel like 61 out here, I'll tell you what. So even if this warm front does come up here, I don't know if it's going to, hopefully it really changes how it feels out here because it's fucking freezing out here, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, we're just sitting here, so it's not warming up the body temperature. But this wind right here coming through, as you can probably hear, isn't helping. Let's get a 2 in the chat right now. Let's get a 2 in the chat. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on here. All right. The warm front is still where it was 5 minutes ago, if that. And the temperature is 62, by the way. Yeah, I don't believe it. It is not 62 out here, bro. That's baloney. It ain't 62. Let's ask Ben if the tornadoes are coming. Let's ask Ben if the tornadoes are coming. Holy shit, is it cold. I can't even feel my fingers. I mean, I can, but it's not any ideal. All right, here we go. Here we go. Talking Ben, baby. Let's get it. You son of a bitch. You already hung up on me. Here we go. Are the tornadoes going to spawn later today? Shut up, bitch. Are the tornadoes going to spawn later today?
Yes.
Is the Resident Evil 4 remake a great game? Ben. The fuck? Is the Resident Evil 4 remake a great game? I need you to start listening, Ben.
Yes.
Is the Resident Evil 4 remake a great game? Was I wrong about the Resident Evil 4 remake? Is Resident Evil 4 remake game of the year?
No.
Well, you're right about that. I'll tell you what, Ben. And one last question, Ben. Is Dead Island 2 going to be better than Resident Evil 4 remake?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Dead Island 2 is going to be better than Resident Evil 4 remake. Holy shit. Unbelievable. Dead Island 2 is going to be better than Resident Evil 4 remake, according to Talking Ben. Do we just lick that microphone? Ugh. This might have some, well, germs die, right? I mean... She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love. You want to do some karaoke out here? Let's do some karaoke. Let's see if we can get this audio going here in a way that makes sense. Here we go. So let's get some karaoke going here. You guys, let's get some energy in here. What is that? Let's try this song here. It's going to be very hard. Hold on. No. I didn't want that one. No. Shut up. Here we go. All right. Let's see where we are on this audio. Is it picking up audio? Yes, it is. Okay. Well, we're going to need that to be balanced in a way that makes sense because our microphone is pretty loud. And we're going to have to just crank it up here, see how the cookie crumbles. Here we go. We've never done this one before, but we're going to see how the cookie crumbles here. Here we go. You guys ready?
I have this one.
You guys ready? Here we go. Can you guys hear this? I can't hear anything. Here we go. Yeah! Yeah! I don't know this song. I know the chorus. That's about it. Here we go. Here we go. Rise. I don't know this song. What the fuck? You gonna rap this? Half alive and stark raving free. A Magellan for encroaching the process. The commercial-free interruption. Due to the prolific nature of this statement, listener aggression is advised. It's strange. Whenever I see a gun, I think about just how petty you are, and it blows my fucking mind. Yet it blows my fucking mind. These days, I've never seemed to get enough. I'm tired of this shit. I want to go home. Don't waste my fucking time. Don't waste my fucking time. Because anything exceptional get crushed by common people with jealousy and ignorance and all of their common evils. This planet is... Who wrote this? I'm waiting for the punishment. I know it's on my way. Here we go. Here we go. Cut me up and fuck me up and cut me up and fuck me up and cut me up and fuck me up and cut me up and fuck. Oh, how does he do it? Dude, I'm gonna fucking pass out here. That's the only part I know. It was on TikTok. I was like, damn, that's a heavy song, and it's like their new shit too. Oh, fuck. Hopefully you guys heard that, because it would have been awkward if you guys don't have any audio there, but I think you guys had audio. I don't know what that song is, but whew, I'm already out of breath. Jesus Christ. And you know, Corey Taylor's like 50 years old or some shit. I can't imagine. Holy fuck. Let's do another one. Let's do another one here. Let's do one we know. I just wanted to try that one here. No. Here we go. Let's do another one here. Oh, we're losing bit rate here. Unbelievable. Incredible. All right, let's do another one here. After these ads. One in the chat. Let's get some hype going. Come on, baby. Let's get it. Let's fast forward this here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Are you guys hearing this? You guys hear this? Here we go. Here we go. Let's get locked in, baby. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Undo these chains, my friend. I'll show you the rage I've hidden. Perish the sacrament. Swallow, but nothing's forgiven. You and I can't decide which of us, taken for granted, make amends. Some of us are destined to be outlived. Here we go. Step inside. See the devil in I. Too many times we let it come to this. Step inside. See the devil in I. You'll realize I'm not your devil anymore. Here we go. This is where it gets crazy. Maybe it doesn't. I'm thinking of another song. This song sucks. Let's get a better one here. Oh, I think there's a new Storm Watch coming out here. Phone just vibrated here. Let's see what's going on with this weather. Was that the chorus? All right, let's see what's going on. We might got a new thunderstorm warning here. Why am I getting Twitch notifications? Who the fuck is going live on Twitch that I don't even watch Twitch? Oh, XQC's live. There you go. I got an XQC notification. All right, let's see. The warm front is not moving. It's over. The warm front is not moving. Sad. No tornadoes today. The warm front is just not coming this way. If it is, it's taking its sweet time. Oh, Jesus! Jesus! Oh, my God! Let's do some Limp Bizkit here. Hold on. Let's do some Limp Bizkit. Slipknot. You guys don't like Slipknot. Sad. See, I don't even know why you're subscribed to the channel if you're not compatible with my tastes. My tastes are impeccable. Get up off. Here we go. Limp Bizkit. Here we go. I don't even know this. I mean, I know their music, but I don't know which one I'm looking for. It's getting crazy out here, this wind. Slow internet, too. We love it. Everyone's leaving. Great. Too bad. What do you want me to do? It's like either we just sit out here and, like, continue the same talking points, or we try and do what we do, which is exert the autism. All right, here we go. It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up. When you wait, is this shit not even? Here we go. Well, you want to justify ripping someone's head off. You know, human contact. In the round of that, shut alone, blackjack. It's just one of those days, motherfucker. It's just one of those days. It's all about the he said bullshit. You're talking about the clip in a row, moving with the fat lip. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up. You play Resident Evil every single day. And life sucks and you're drinking beer and you don't know where to go. She told me she didn't love, and it's so damn sad. But you best just stay away, cause it's just in one of those days. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. You think you better quit, but you leave it on the fat lip. I mean, I don't really know the lyrics to that one. But we do know the lyrics to this one here, maybe. Wait, is this the same song? Oh, I don't know that one. There's no lyrics on the screen. Get it off. Here we go. Give me the lyrics, dude. I mean, I know this shit, but not that well. Fuck. Here we go. You guys ready? When does it start? This is hard, dude. When does it start? It comes in here. The intro can't be this long. No, we can't do this one here. Well, let's try it. Yeah, I don't. I thought I knew these songs, but I guess not. Here we go. My way. This is easy.
It should go live.
Shut up. We need the damn lyrics on the screen. Maybe not for this one. Here we go. We got this one. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Special. Think you're special. You think you're special. You do. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it when you laugh at me, look down on me, and walk around on me. Just one more fight and I'll be in a ship. Yes, I will straight up leave your shit, 'cause you had enough of it. And now I'm pissed. Yeah! This time I'm gonna let it all go now. This time I'm gonna stand up, Bishop. I'm gonna do things my way. It's my way on the highway. This time I'm gonna let it all go now. This time I'm gonna stand up, Bishop. I'm gonna do things my way on the highway. Straight up Brando coming through. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Straight up Brando coming through yet again with a $10 super chat, baby. Let's get it. Come on, baby. Look at me, I'm so cool. How does this go for the rest of the song? Oh, we've already... It's the same. We gotta do Nirvana or something. I don't know. Here we go. That's what we're talking about. Straight up Brando coming through really hard and really strong. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Look at me. I'm so cool, Michael. Let's do a deep cut Nirvana that no one in here knows. I've been to Nirvana, well, not Nirvana concerts, but I've been to concerts that play Nirvana music, and they only know basically Nevermind, and that's about it. Maybe one song off of Heart in Utero. Here we go. Let's do it, baby. Let's go. Quit playing these dumbass ads for Adobe. No one buys Adobe software. It's trash. It's subscription garbage. Imagine using Adobe in 2023. Here we go. I don't hear anything. This is an underrated song on never mind. One baby to another says I'm lucky to meet you. I don't care what you think it is unless it's about me. It is now my duty to completely drain you.
It's over.
I travel through a tube and end up in your affection. Who wrote this shit? What is this even? To me for you. What was he? What kind of drugs was he on here? Let's get to a better song than that. That's not good. No one knows that song. That's what we're talking about, Chris H. The tornadoes are coming, baby. We're losing viewers. Good. Fake fans are leaving. Thank God. Chris H. coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Chris H. coming through. Let's do this depressing one here. Let's do this depressing one here. Holy shit.
Thank you.
Exactly. I got a great taste. I mean, ain't nobody on this level, baby. I like the hits. My time with everyone. Here we go. I have very bad posture. Sit and drink penny royal tea. Distant. I didn't even know the damn lyrics. Too hard. These songs are too hard. We're not doing it. Unbelievable. No, something in the way is normie stuff. Well, that weeded out the fake fans. That weeded out the fake fans pretty quick. Holy shit! Well, the warm front's not coming up here. The warm front is just seemingly not coming up here. So I'm not sure. I think it's done raining. I mean, I don't understand how it's going to formulate anything. I mean, the warm front is not moving closer, so I'm not sure what's going on. Unreal. All right. It says it's supposed to be raining in 2 hours.
Matthew O'Reilly donated €2.49 to Super Chat.
Can't stop by the Red Hot. I don't know Red Hot Chili Peppers, bro. I don't know Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's supposed to be raining in 30 minutes from now. I don't see how that's possible unless something starts formulating here. I think that's a little crazy. Well, we can't have fun in here. I know it's not allowed. No fun allowed in here. It's got to be doom and gloom. So we get more viewers when we don't do anything. Think about that. Chris H coming through. It's cold out here. Thought it was supposed to get warm. Thought it was supposed to get warm. Well, we can do one more song here. Let's look. Major tornado outbreak. Okay. Where? Let's do one more song here. Let me think of a good song. Let me think of a good song here. Yeah, I just don't know. Just not sure. Well, I don't listen to music, so I mean that's just old shit I used to listen to. I don't listen to music anymore, though. I feel like it's well, I'm not gonna. I just feel like it's kind of a waste of time. But then again, everything is watching movies, playing games. It's all a waste of time. Why not just create it yourself? Even if you suck at it, who cares? Because you can always go back and listen to that shit. Why not just start banging on some drums and start fucking yelling into a microphone, you know? Someone would like it. Someone might like it, you know? Yeah, well, let's do this one. Here we go. Let's do this here. Hold on a second. Let me find this here. And it looks like... Here we go. We're going to do this one here. You guys ready? You'll never know how much I really love you. You'll never know how much I really care. Listen, do-da-do, do you wanna know a secret? Do you understand this? Tell. Whoa, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you want to hear. I'm in love with you. Ooh. Do-da-do, do you want to know a secret? Do-da-do, do you promise not to tell? Whoa, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you want to hear. I'm in love with you. Ooh, no secret for a week or two. Nobody knows, just we two. Listen, do-da-do, do you want to know a secret? Do-da-do, do you promise not to tell? Whoa, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you want to hear. I'm in love with you. Ooh. I mean, that's a classic, underrated Beatles song. So sad. Fake Beatles fans in here can't. We're just gonna wrap the show up here. The show's too incompatible with an audience. You know, we really didn't think we could create something that was so incompatible, but we have done it. Believe it or not, we have done it. All right, that's the final song. We're done with the karaoke. Can't have fun out here. We're going to be miserable and depressed. That's the gimmick of the show. Looks like someone stopped restreaming our stream. Huh. Interesting. All right, let's check out where that warm front is. I mean, I'd love to talk about Resident Evil, don't get me wrong, but, like, what do you want me to say? That hasn't been said already, you know? And there's nothing to really go to talk about next. I mean, outside of Dead Island 2, but there's nothing to really say about that. So we're just stuck in a position where we don't... I think the warm front's going backwards. I'm not sure if that's even possible. I'm not seeing any movement there. Yeah, the temperature as such is... Yeah, it's not... There ain't no severe... This is a bunch of baloney. Now they've scaled the temperatures back here. They said it was going to get like 72, 74. Now it says 69, 68. So that's going to be the high.
Thank you.
Steve Safes Print donated $2.
Hell yeah,
Super
bro.
Chat. That was lovely. Beautiful voice, sir.
No, I'm the best in the world, so there you go. Huh. Well, I'm sick of RE4. I am too. I mean, I'm not really. I could talk about this for the next 6 months if people wanted to go 12 rounds, but unfortunately we don't have a compatible audience. The right people are not over here, so there's only so much you can really do with that. Because I'd love to open up the lines and talk to real Resident Evil fans, but when they just either sit and agree or play along or play contrarian or play something, it's just not... I want, like, real opinions and real, like, you know, takes on this game from people that have actually played it. And unfortunately, we don't have many people that play video games in here. And it's very obvious. So, kind of hard to really say what we... say anything new If that makes any sense. Hey there, mister. Well, that's a song that's like nearly 50 years old, probably at this point. Yeah, actually, it's older than that. Yeah, it's maybe 60 years old. I don't even know. When the fuck did that come out? Like 1964 or some shit? I mean, I can't do math, so that's probably fucking near 60 years old. Does she love Michael? I can't tell. I can't tell if she loves. See if we're still live here, still going. We've been live for an hour and 41 minutes. And the cookie is seemingly crumbling here. Does she love Michael? I can't tell if she loves. No, I know you played it, bro. I know you. I'm just speaking in general. Like most people in here probably, keyword there, have not played it. Now, I could be wrong on that, but just from talking to some certain people, I mean, it just doesn't seem like, just making general statements of it like, oh, yeah, it's like just fake talking points. I don't know. Either they did play it and loved it, and they, couldn't describe it in a way that made sense or what. But it is what it is. Stain, yeah, I know you played it. Dude, I always remember when I was over on TikTok and you mentioned me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I was watching the leaker too. This guy was playing it 2 weeks before the fucking thing came out. Like, this guy had the game super fucking early. And I remember you over there. And I remember you, like, I was watching the chat, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It was crazy. But it was a lot more fun then than it is now talking about this game, because it's just, it's out. Everyone already has their opinion on it, and, they don't come back over here to say, well, this is either, what we want to do or what we... You know what I mean? So you can't really discuss it anymore. That's like the point of this, to have a live interaction with potentially maybe the fans of the game, and, not to sit there and say they're wrong, but, like, let's talk about it in a way that makes sense. I'd love to argue with someone about this game, but I don't know if that's possible, so at least not in a way that makes sense. So it is what it is. Yeah, the gameplay was trash. Frustrating cabin part was awful. Leon moving around like he's set. Oh, yeah. Well, when the leaks came out, because we didn't know, Capcom wasn't showing much of the game. They showed, like, the village section off and a little bit of the castle, and that was basically it. And then I go in there, and I see the leaker go into this section, and it's like, holy shit, we want to see the island. We want to see how the regenerators look. What did they cut? What didn't they cut? So it was a lot more exciting to see how it ultimately played out, and what they cut, what they didn't cut, things of that nature. So I agree. It was a lot more fun and exciting. Chad is dead. Well... it's dead regardless of whether it's never not dead. The only time it was ever alive was probably maybe 3 years ago. Maybe. During, look at the Biomutant stream. That's when it was alive. That's really when the chat was moving so fast it was bogging the computer down. So I'm actually glad we don't have well, the chat is dead regardless of what mode you're on, but I'm glad we don't have a chat that actually moves, because it would actually probably lag this stream. Because that shit eats up memory. If you go to, like, iShowSpeed's stream, his chat moves so fucking fast, I actually have to pause it because it starts sucking up memory and RAM. Because the chat's moving so fucking fast, it bogs it down. My friend played every Resident Evil, and he loves the remake. I think he just didn't like the tint gameplay of the originals. Exactly, yeah. Probably. I mean, it's just one of those things. I don't know. It's just one of those things. But there's not many big games coming out. I mean, it doesn't seem like anyone cares about the new Star Wars game or Dead Island 2. So, I mean, we'll cover Dead Island 2, but I'm not sure what to really... there's nothing to really say about it other than what I said. I think it might be a fun little zombie game. Probably not worth 70 or 60, but, That's what most people are saying as well. Like, I don't know. So there's just nothing to say about it. Like, there's no reason to make content because there's nothing to say. It's just another zombie game in LA, which is kind of unique in its own, in sort of its own way. But It's not revolutionary. So, but with this, there was a lot to talk about. There still is, in my opinion, a lot to talk about. Unfortunately, it's just kind of a one-way street over here. I'm kind of just talking to myself out here, which is kind of insane, but I'm used to it. The new Star Wars game is trying to be GTA Red Dead Redemption 2 with the customization and hairstyle and beard styles. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not big on Star Wars, but, you know, if we have nothing else to play, I guess we'll check it out. I don't really want to. It might be on EA Play. I'm not sure. They might throw it on EA Play or something. Maybe not. I don't know how that works. I'm not big on Star Wars. I don't really understand Star Wars. Really even know what it is. I mean, I know of Star Wars, but I don't really know. I don't know the plot of any of the Star Wars movies. Like, the galaxies fight each other, and like one side's on Darth Vader's side, and one side's on Luke Sky. I've never seen any of the movies. I've seen little clips from the movies, but I've never watched any Star Wars movie from beginning to end. None of them. No Star Wars. I've never seen Star Wars. No versions of Star Wars. Not the new ones, the prequels, the old ones, none of them. And, I mean, I played some of the games. I had the fucking... I played the RPG that was good from BioWare. I thought that, you know, back in the day that was good. I don't think it would hold up now because it has that weird game, you know, that combat where you gotta select. It's like Pokemon. You gotta select what you want to do. So if you want to attack or play defense, you got to pick your style, and you don't like actually do the combat. It's it's the Final Fantasy combat from PS1, whatever that's called. Turn-based combat. That's what it is, I believe. It's got turn-based combat, but it's Knights of the Old Republic. I played that, and that was actually really good. I don't know if it holds up that well these days, but I remember being pretty immersed into the world and the story, and, you know, you could go down to that bar and do that fighting arena thing. That was interesting, and that was actually hard too. But I don't know, these days it might be too dated to go back to. They were supposed to be working on a remake, but it's probably going to be terrible, so I don't have much hope for that. You know, these remakes are so terrible. And, you know, people are actually rooting for the Max Payne remake whenever that sees the light of the day in the next 5 years or so. Like, bro, that's going to be... I don't even want to say it anymore, because it's just like, bro, it's modern day at Remedy, dude. Like, and Max Payne 1 has some pretty crazy things going on in it, so it's probably going to be sterilized. No, that's not the right word. Sanitized. It's probably going to be sanitized. It's probably going to be sanitized. I hope it's not, but it might be sanitized. Yeah, I don't know anything about Star Wars. I really don't. I mean, I thought the first Star Wars movie was a love story between Mark Hamill and... you know, the actress that died a few years ago. Jodie, whatever her name is. What's her name? I thought that's what it was. I watched the trailer like 2 years ago, and I said, oh, this is a love story. But I guess it's not. I don't know. Never seen Star Wars. Unless Starfield is a buggy mess, then it will be an uneventful year for gaming. Well, it's been a terrible year for gaming, in my honest opinion. It's been a terrible year, and that's not what people think and believe, and that's fine. They don't have to agree. I don't care. But when you have the top 3 games of this month are probably Metroid Prime and Resident Evil 4 Remake and fucking Dead Space Remake a couple of months ago. I mean, like that's what the industry has to offer and show for. It's like remakes and remasters, like, okay, cool, but not really, because it doesn't push the fucking medium forward. I'd rather, I mean, you know, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Carrie Fisher, that's who it is, Carrie Fisher. Yeah, Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher. Well, I don't even understand the plot of The Dark Knight. And people get mad and they say, well, what do you don't understand? And it's like, dude, it's a little bit more complex. It's like, there's a scene where the Joker does something and it's not explained why he did it. And you actually have to use your brain. I mean, I don't even know what the fucking plot is at all. I really don't know the plot of The Dark Knight, because I didn't... Like, I mean, I was retarded back then, but I'm still, you know, I mean, we kind of grew. When we graduated high school, we kind of, like, had to educate ourselves. didn't really know how to do any basic math, and I figured that out from playing NBA 2K because I had to figure that out because it's like, okay, how many points am I down? So I had to like quickly figure that out, and that's how we figured out how to do math. But I don't know the plot of The Dark Knight. Like, it's just Batman saving Gotham, but like there's more, you know. And Dark Knight Rises, oh gee Williker. Yeah, you got Bane in the plane. I don't think there is a plot for those movies, to be honest. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure. But he basically takes Harvey Dent. He captures Harvey Dent or some shit, and he puts his... I don't even remember the damn movie. But it's something with like a parking garage. The Joker sends like a tape to Batman and says, I have Harvey Dent. Or some fucking shit like that. And it's like, why did he... Let's just not continue. RE4 detractors we lost. Well, I'm not a detractor. I just shared my opinion. If that's detracting, then I guess it is. I don't know. Please open up chat. What? It's fine how it is. Listen. Do-da-do. Do you want to know a secret? Do-da-do. Do you promise not to tell? Whoa, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you want to hear. I'm in love with you. Beautiful song. I think it was written by, I think George Harrison. Well, I know he sings it, but I don't. It might have been John Lennon, but I think it was one of the great Beatles. See, the Beatles that are alive right now, Paul McCartney, the only reason why people like Paul McCartney is because he was the attractive one, I guess. I don't know. He was the forefront of the band, right? But he played bass. Like, who plays, like, losers play bass, you know? So George and John Lennon were the best Beatles, easily. But, you know, John Lennon got shot and George Harrison died of cancer. Does she love Michael? So it basically doesn't have a plot. Okay. It's basically a wrestling plot of like, well, you know, this wrestler wants to beat this wrestler, and that's the whole fucking story. And to me, that's not a story. Like, if you're booking a match and the whole story is like, I'm better than you and I can beat you and I'm the best in the world, like, that is so fucking played out at this point. It's not even funny. Like, you have to come up with a different, because no one cares. They've already done that gimmick 100 times. I'm the best in the world. I'm the best, and I can beat you. Like, who cares? Unless it's like, you know, The Rock saying that or some shit, but it's like, well, yeah, it's The Rock. We already know he's going to whip ass, right? So you have to come up with better storylines. Other than this, you know, wrestler can beat this wrestler. Like, that to me is so boring. And that's like AEW shit. They don't even do storylines in AEW. That's why I don't watch it. I mean, if CM Punk comes back, I'll tune in. But with AEW, they don't really do storylines. They just kind of say, hey, here's some guys wrestling in a ring, and it's like, presented as a real fight, and it's like, well, I mean, obviously it's not a real fight, but like, there's no point to watch it then. They're just doing spots in a ring. Okay, they're a bunch of indie darlings doing spots in a ring that I don't have. You know, I don't care about Jungle Dude or whatever the fuck that. Like, I don't care about these indie darlings. There has to be a story. You know, look at the Roman Reigns storyline, how they built that fucking character up and how it feels so massive. Like, the main event for WrestleMania felt like it had the big fight fucking feel, dude. Like, it felt like it was impactful. And it got people pissed off, and it worked effectively 100%. So what they're doing with Roman Reigns is actually some of the best that they've ever done. And right now people can't see it because they're in, you know, they're in that emotional charged state of like, oh, we just came off WrestleMania, that high of WrestleMania. You know, these hardcore wrestling fans, these smarks and marks. And, you know, but what they're doing with Roman Reigns is going to eventually, you'll see the Cody Rhodes WrestleMania moment, and it's going to be 10 times bigger than what it was before. Now, the only thing is that since they've done this where they, you Cody Rhodes has to go through the hard times to be triumphant over the champ. That's been champ for over 1,000 days at that point when he beats him. You're going to have to try and get people to care, but people automatically care for Cody. So it's actually the smartest storytelling that they've ever done because they know that people care about Cody Rhodes. Now, if they don't book him properly between now and, the inevitable rematch at a big event, then it might not flow as well. But if this is what they are doing, and they are going to put Cody Rhodes up against Roman Reigns yet again for either, I'm assuming WrestleMania 40. I'm just assuming that that's what they're going to do. I think, they could either pull it off in a way that makes sense or they might not be able to. You guys like that wrestling talk, huh? Well, there's no one in here, so we can just... If we had like 300 people in here, we'd have to probably talk about Resident Evil. But, there's nothing new to say. People just come in here and say it's a 10 out of 10, or they just play along. I can't have a conversation about it. So we won't talk about it.
World Pass donated $1.99.
Let's see this warm front here.
All-time fave wrestler.
Well, the Undertaker's good. The Undertaker's good. Yeah, that warm front ain't moving. Either this radar's broken or no storms are coming. I don't understand what's going on here. They might as well just cancel the watches and stuff. I'm not sure I'm seeing anything. The Undertaker's amazing, but he doesn't wrestle anymore. Sting's good. Well, back in the day he was good. I don't know. There's a bunch of great wrestlers. CM Punk's good. In his prime anyway. But yeah, the Undertaker's a pretty good answer. MJF is probably the best heel right now. He gets it. Most people don't get it. Like, literally, I honestly think the locker room doesn't even understand. Like, dude, I think every heel should be like MJF. Like, he gets it. Most people don't get it. Well, they knew everyone wanted Cody Rhodes to win, and that's why they didn't do it. They subverted expectations, keep the strap on Roman for, 1,000+ days or what have you. And then when the time is right, they will take the strap off Roman, and, it'll be a much bigger moment. So, yes, it sucks that he didn't have the WrestleMania moment at WrestleMania 30, but I think, 39 rather, but I think if they wait until WrestleMania 40 and continue to make it much bigger than it already is, then... It might be that it might be 10 times bigger. So, but you're going to have to maintain interest and get people to care about Cody Rhodes for this whole Brock Lesnar spinoff thing and how they're just beating the shit out of him, and it's crazy. The last storm lasted like 4 minutes. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with this weather. It's just too cold out here. I'm not saying it can't form in cold weather, but like, dude. It's supposed to be like it was supposed to be like 70-something degrees today, and it's like 60-something. With this wind, it certainly doesn't feel like it either. Yeah, Raw. Wrestling Face. What did you think about Raw last night? I don't know if I saw your chat. What did you think about... Well, Cobain watches wrestling, too, I believe. What did you guys think about Raw? Dude, it was so bad. Like, the crowd was dead. There was no energy. It was really bad, bro. And then they do this, like, stupid-ass tag match. Like, no one wants to see that. Like, Triple H comes out and does a promo, and he's like, thank you for watching, and we're not going... Because they got bought out by whatever... the UFC parent company, Endeavor, or some shit like that. And Triple H comes out and assures people like, hey, we're not going anywhere. The same storylines, the same wrestling, the same this, the same that. And it's like, okay, but... So it was a really weird episode of Raw. I don't really watch Raw on a weekly basis because it's so fucking bad. But, like, coming off of WrestleMania, I was like, well, let's see where they go with this. And then they just kind of, like, turn it into this, like, fucking... Oh, this is what they're doing. Now they got to draw the whole storyline out for a whole nother year, essentially, or at least half a year, whenever they decide it's right for Roman to get the straps off Roman. But I think they're gonna have the bloodline implode first, and then have that culminate when the moment is right for Cody or whoever they decide. I'm assuming it's Cody. Imagine if they just threw the strap on Austin Theory. Like, holy fuck, dude. Ain't nobody watching that shit. That's why the ratings are in the shitter. It was legitimately bad, bro. I'm not even joking. Like, the crowd wasn't into it. There was no surprises. I think they brought back, what's-his-face, the barefoot guy. I don't even know who it is. Randy Orton's tag team partner. I think they brought him back. But there was no surprises. There was no energy there. And any energy that they had, it was drained within the first, like, stupid tag team promo thing. And then they, you know, at the end, they do the swerve, and Brock Lesnar turns on Cody, which I actually thought was going to happen in the ring. When Cody Rhodes was raising Brock Lesnar's hand, I thought, well, that's a little weird. They don't really do that. So I thought, okay, he's going to turn on him. So I actually thought it was going to happen then. But then they did this like fucking Bad Bunny, Rey Mysterio thing. Like they wanted to promote Backlash and shit. Like, I mean, it was bad, bro. I'm not watching next week. Maybe I'll just wait until SummerSlam or WrestleMania again to see where the storylines are at. Because, like, dude, it just really wasn't that great. Alexa Bliss is hot. Well, I mean, yeah. Gee Williker. Pretty good SummerSlam last year, but last night was horrible, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, that was a time to at least bring some energy back into the fucking product. I mean, I don't understand. Are you talking to yourself or are you talking to someone else? Because we're not talking about that. Not that you can't talk about it, but I'm just curious on who you're... We're not talking about Quentin Tarantino. I mean, I don't know who you're talking to. Vince was back, tearing up scripts again and again, reviewing the show. Probably, yeah. I mean, it seemed like it. All right, we've been live for 2 hours here. 2 hours. No, I can't pull the phone out. The computer's going to flip over. Mercenaries mode launches this Friday. For those that care about this game. Of course, there's no one in here that played. Now that we're down to 150 viewers or whatever, now we're down to the real non-gamer territory. Let's see where this cold front's at. Yep, I think that's as far as it's going to get. It says it's 60. Hold on here. Apparently the temperature is rising. I don't feel it. 2 degrees. Yeah, I'm not sure where this severe weather is going to factor in here. Not really sure what's going on. Oh, it is coming. Way down there, though. Yeah, but it's going to die off by the time it gets here. It's too cold. See, that's what's happening. The severe weather, literally, right now, this is what's happening. I'm looking at the radar right now. The severe weather is forming where the warm front is, and once it gets past the warm front, it's gonna. Well, wait a minute. That's how the. Wait a minute. This might not be good. So. Okay, so if the storm that's currently in the warm front goes into the cold front, like that's when it fires off, right? Or is it going to kill it? We should just call the meteorologist. I mean, Jesus Christ. Maybe this is what they're talking about here. This is not good then. If because that's how a tornado forms, right? Cold air, warm air. So if the storms are developing in the warm front vicinity and they hop over to the cold front or where it's not as warm, either it's going to... What is it? Is the sun coming out? Oh, hell no. Well, there are storms coming, but they're way down there. But I'm curious to see what you guys are saying in here. So if the storms... No, guys, the tornado isn't coming. It's way down there. It's way south. But what I'm asking is they're developing with the warm front, in the warm front zone, okay? And once they cross over, because I can see the line where the warm front is, it's going to go into the cold front. Now, is that going to make the storm stronger or weaken the storms? Because I'm assuming eventually it does weaken the storms, but it might initially make them stronger, and then they fizzle out. I don't know how this shit works, but if that's what's happening here, that isn't good. That isn't good. I guess no one in here knows. That's when the rotation begins. Does anyone in here know? Did we listen in science class? I didn't. Not sure how I graduated. Yeah, they're looking pretty severe down there by, down south. That's way down there by St. Louis. So they're firing up down there. They're going to come northeast. But is the cold air... What does the cold air do? Does it strengthen the storm or does it not? I mean, I could probably Google it, but... Well, actually, just ask Chat GPT. Could lead to a tornado? No. This ain't good. Well, then we don't want the... You guys are trolling. Okay, so if it gets warmer here, I'm confused. I am very confused. We should have asked this question in high school, but I didn't care about that shit then. I cared about looking at the wall. That's all I did in class was look at the wall. And the teacher basically did all the work for me. I mean, give me these packets that are like dumbed down questions of the regular test and stuff like that. I'm failing my classes. Can you help me? Well, you got to stay focused. And try your best. I know it's hard, man. I mean, I was in special ed, and we didn't get A+ in special ed, so... But it's like, you know, you don't have motivation to listen in class. It's like, it's boring material. Like, if the teacher were fun and shit, like, it'd be a little bit of a different vibe. You know what I mean? Like, you have to, in my opinion, as someone who's not a teacher, but in my opinion, if you're gonna... You have to get you have to get the students on board. Because if you're just going to say, well, you know, boring history class or boring math, like, no one gives a shit about that stuff, especially high schoolers, you know? They're too busy on especially these days. Like, dude, I can't imagine the distraction. Holy shit. With TikTok and YouTube Shorts and all this social media shit. Holy fuck. I mean, when I was in school, the fucking iPhone was like, you got to be a rich person to buy that thing. Still do, but it was nothing like today. I don't even think the fucking App Store existed. To be honest, pretty sure the App Store wasn't even a thing. Holy shit! It's a wind gust! World class would be a good teacher. Well, I can teach about, you know, video stuff, I guess, a little bit. I mean, I don't really have any qualifications, but I mean... It's more about the experience. Like if someone comes in with the degree and no experience, like, why would they be hired? You know, if you went to a job and you just came out of, you know, college and you said, oh, I have this degree, this piece of paper that says I'm qualified in this trade or whatever. It's like, yeah, but you have no experience. It's worthless. So if an audio engineer said, you know, we know how to do this audio setup out here, but never actually did it, then it's kind of pointless. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, the experience, like, you got to lay it all out on the field. Exactly. Yeah, I remember the phone. Yeah, yeah. When I graduated, I mean, you know, no one had the iPhone. I don't think anyone did, because it just came out not too long. And it was like AT&T only and all this other shit, and it was like, it was a hot. I mean, it was popular, but it was like very, very limited. Very limited. I mean, in terms of who had it. And then, you know, over time, it just started picking up steam, and, you know, they offered it to more carriers. And then when the iPhone, like, 4S came out, I thought, you know, that was after Steve Jobs passed away, I believe. Yeah, I thought that was right there when it was starting to get really, really big. Not that it wasn't big before, but Nervous energy, bro. Hell yeah, appreciate that. Member for 17 months. You're breathtaking. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate that. Member for 17 months. Nervous energy. Jack Nicholson there, baby. Jack Nick, how bad did you get bullied in school? Pretty bad. Pretty bad. It was mainly, well, it's hard to remember now, actually, to be honest. But I remember, especially in the gym locker room, they would take my, because we had detachable locks, they would take it and throw it across the gym locker room, or they were looking for a reaction. So it's kind of like how it is still here. It's basically the same thing. Everyone's looking for a reaction, and when you don't give them that reaction eventually, unless they're totally insane, they kind of wane a little bit. And that's what helped with the bullying is they were looking for a funny face of me being pissed off. That's what they were looking for. And when I stopped giving that to them, I think it improved a little bit. Now, the guy was kind of fucking... and you just can't help people like that. But, yeah, he you know... And sometimes when I was opening... And these are true stories. I don't care if you don't believe them. But sometimes when I was opening up my locker, he would swat at my hand. And it was like, what the fuck? Like, I would give him the funny face, so it's like, okay, you got the reaction, let me please get my gym clothes out of my locker. There were other times where they would take my gym clothes and throw them across the room, so I'd have to go run and get them with my underwear on, and everyone would laugh, or, well, not everyone, but because it's like, it wasn't like a scene in a movie, but it was still annoying as shit. And sometimes I would either arrive super fucking early, like sprint to the gym locker room, in hopes that he wasn't there. Because if we could beat him to the gym locker room, then we could just fucking quickly change and not have to deal with that bullshit. And there was a few other bullies too. It wasn't just one guy, but there was a few other bullies too. Not many, not like the whole fucking locker room, but like, within that zone. And
thank you.
Orfieso10 donated $2 through Super Chat. Any plans on streaming Dead Island 2?
Yeah, we'll see. Probably. I mean, there's nothing else to play, so yeah. I want to see how they did LA. I want to see LA, and I want to see the Hollywood Boulevard, which they haven't shown any gameplay off of that, so I'm assuming that's in the late, they showed Santa Monica Pier and stuff like that. So, we were just out in LA for like however long. So we want to see how faithfully it is replicated in that game. And it could be more... there's a lot of games that take place in LA, but not all of them are like one-to-one faithful. Not many of them are, actually. So this one could be very interesting in that aspect. So, you have districts, Santa Monica, Hollywood Boulevard, Beverly Hills. I think there's a few others as well that they haven't really shown. I hope they have downtown LA. I doubt that they will, but that could be interesting. So we'll see. Well, I mean, and if you tell on the bully, it's just going to make things worse. It is. Because if that gets back, because if the teacher immediately goes to the it's a hard thing to figure out like what you need to do in order for it to like maybe stop or at least cool down. It really is. Because you can't like take the blunt and bold approach. I mean, I guess you could. I guess you could just like if he punches you first or whatever, like I guess you just punch back. I mean, you could do that, and you could say, well, teacher, he hit me first, self-defense or whatever. But it wasn't like that with me. It wasn't like I mean, sometimes they would take the shoes and not put them in the lock. It was just weird shit. Like it was really weird fucking shit, man. Like it was just weird shit. And really, to be honest, when he wasn't there, sometimes, this is going to sound crazy, sometimes I kind of missed it. Now that might be weirder than the actual bully, but it's like you get so used to it because it's almost a daily thing that it's just like, well, it's a part of the routine. We know we're going to get bullied. We know, okay, well, They're looking for the funny reaction, like, oh, Michael's mad. You know, that's what they were looking for, that silly face. And you just kind of you kind of had to work with it the best way that you could. I don't know, man. I don't, you know, if I don't know the solution to it. I really don't. There's ways to mitigate around it and make it less, but try and not give a reaction, because that's what they're looking for. It's the same thing as online. It's the same thing as this. It really is. When you really break it down, it's the same exact thing. So I've been bullied my entire life. But obviously in high school, I wasn't roaming around saying, oh, yeah, fuck yeah, man. You know, I wasn't like, I was just trying to get to class. You know, I wasn't provoking any of it. And not that I'm doing this here, but, you know, by sharing your opinion on the internet, if someone doesn't like it, well, that's enough to provoke anyone to get a little batshit insane. So, yeah, I don't know, man. You got to stay strong. Stay strong. And, you know, if you have to go to the teacher, I mean, or your parents or something, I mean, but eventually it stopped. I guess I could have just asked the teacher to switch lockers, but then the bully would know that, oh, he wanted to switch lockers because he knew it was effective, and then he would probably just come over to this area, you know. So it was just like, or switch, you know, you would have to switch periods with, I don't know, it's just crazy.
World Pass donated $4.
Well, bullying is the thing that's fucking real, man. I mean, it's never not going to be a thing. And I can't imagine with the social media now, with the clicks and all that shit, like, it's probably even worse now, to be honest. World Pass coming through, hell yeah, bro, appreciate that. And you know, during lunch in high school, I mean, there was nowhere to sit. Like, I was anxious on where to sit at the table, like, because everyone's got their own cliques, and it's like, I don't know anyone. And so I just sat on the fucking floor. First day of high school, I sat on the fucking floor and ate my food. And I'm like, well, we'll figure this out eventually. We eventually did. Then we got in with the wrong crowd where they're like, you know, again, looking for a funny reaction and shit. Because like, oh, this guy's a clown. It's like, well, yeah, I am. But, I mean, how much are you going to pay? You know what I mean? But it's ridiculous. I don't know, man. You got to stay strong and don't let it get under your skin, because it's hard. I don't know, man. Yeah, but I'm scrawny as fuck. This guy wasn't, dude. I'm fucking skinny as shit, dude. Like, this guy was pretty big. Like, he was pretty fat. Not like fat, but like he was big boned. And like, I can't fight that guy. Like, he would knock my ass out unless it was like a knockout punch. Like, if I punched him, because, you know, he was like hitting me with the lockers, like, so I had to redo the whole code, and, you know, you gotta. So if I punched him, I mean, like, dude, ain't no fucking way. Like, he would probably just punch me like really hard, and then I'd be knocked out on the floor. So, but I guess it would. I don't know. It's a hard thing, man. It really is. It's a sophisticated thing, because it depends on what the bullying is, and what they're really looking for. They're looking for satisfaction in something. It's mostly a reaction. That's what they're looking for. If you can do a fucking stone cold face and not give them that reaction, they're going to get mad. That's what it is. At least it was with my example. Because, well, that guy wasn't normal. You know, I could see for a quick laugh or something, like, okay, you know, we'll slap him with the shirt or some shit. Sometimes they would, you know, take the gym clothes and like wind the shirt up and then do like a whip or something, you know, just for a quick laugh. And it's like, yeah, it hurt a little bit, but it's like, whatever, let's just get through it. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
But when it continues on and on.
Child donated £2 through Super Chat. I get anxious too.
Yeah.
I have agoraphobia sometimes. Man running.
Yeah, but here, you know, I can flip some part of my brain where it's like I don't have that anymore. It's some performance thing. I don't know how to describe it, because I can perform in front of people in real life. I can do this show in real life in front of 300 people. I mean, there might be some nervousness, but I could do it. I know that maybe isn't what people.
It's over.
might believe, but
Collision Shadows 99.
Holy shit.
$50 through Super Chat. You did better than most
Yeah.
who grew out of that mentality. Unfortunately, a lot of people still have that high school mindset.
well, I wasn't the bully. I mean, I was the one that was bullied. And I wasn't, I was just trying to get to class, change my gym clothes, and get to class. You got to put the uniform on, you know? But when you have to deal with, you know, someone waiting for me there, it's like, is he going to fuck with me today? Is it going to, you know, how bad is it going to be? What's the pain towel? I mean, honestly, it's like some of that shit was just ridiculous. And yeah, maybe I should have went to the teacher, but it's like, well, you know, it depends on how the teacher is going to approach it. If the teacher goes directly to the bully and says, hey, this guy said you were fucking with him or some shit in the locker room and like cut it out, it's like that's probably going to make things worse because now the bully knows that. So the teacher would have to come at it in a smart way where it's like not blatant and bold about it. I don't know. But yeah. Well, I'm a skinny guy, so, I mean, especially in high school, I was way skinnier, so it's like, you can't, I mean, I'm not fighting back. I mean, unless he starts, like, fucking throwing, like, actual punches and shit, not, like, weird-ass fucking, like, I'm not fighting back because I'm not going to, like, what do we go, like, I'm going to get my ass fucking beat. Dude, I remember one guy in high school, he, like, came around and told everyone, like, he's going to start a fight in gym class, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, and he started, like, it was crazy, dude. Like, pure troublemakers. Not great people to be around. Like, just bad intentions, just bad fucking, like he would just, like, say, hey, I think he, like, set it up where he had someone go distract the teacher or some shit so he can, like, get a few more punches in or something. Like, fucking weird shit, dude. It's like, dude, these people are fucking crazy. And some of these high schoolers are pretty big fucking, you know, some of them work out and shit. So it's like if the gym teacher, you know, she's got to break it up, you know, and that it's just weird shit, man. I don't know. High school is weird, bro. High school was weird, bro. Maybe it's not that crazy where you guys are at, but I mean, these are just the moments that I can remember. I'm not saying every day was like extreme bullying, but, you know, if that guy was there in the gym class locker room or some other shit like that, it was... But, you know, most of the time you didn't really get fucked with that much. Only during... It was pretty isolated, you know. It wasn't like the whole fucking school was bullied, you know, obviously. But, and that's usually what it is. It's just, you know, it's just... Well, it was physical and it was also, you know, 4 eyes. They called me crazy eyes in school, which, I mean, I don't really... I mean... You know, I don't really mind that. It's like, yeah, we got fucking crazy eyes. And it's like, if I can make people laugh, that's fine with me, but I'm not interested in trying to get, like, fucking hit or some shit to, you know, it's like, I can make you laugh without that. Just ask, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I'll do the little fucking dance if we can get through this and we can put the fucking gym clothes on and go to class without being late or tardy or whatever the fuck. Because it's like, you know, I was never really late to class. It's like, you know, I wasn't some fucking druggie in school like, you know, half the other stoners were. All right, we have 13% on the battery. Let's check up on the weather here. So I don't know if that helped any, but stay strong and try and not let it get to you. But it you know, I mean, I know that doesn't. Oh shit! Hold on. Let's get an update here on this. Wait, we're in Michigan. What the fuck? No, it didn't update. Yeah, this cold. It's not moving. But let me see what these storms are doing here as they're crossing over. See what these storms are doing here as they're crossing over. It's 83 degrees, like 70 miles south from here. That is insane, bro. The temperature difference is unbelievable. The temperature difference is unbelievable. CD Man was bullied. I mean, I was waiting for the fucking light to change, and he came up and started. I shouldn't have. And again, he was looking for a reaction. I knew that. But it's like, well, you have a whole audience that's telling you your show's shit, your show's trash, the LA streams are so terrible. And it's like, now, and it's just like, well, I guess let's just argue back, because that's what people want to see. As long as we don't get knocked out, just argue back and forth or some shit. I don't know. All right, so these storms down here are blowing up. These storms down here are blowing up. But they're getting red. They're getting red. The storms are getting red. So I'm wondering, as they cross over, is it going to make it worse or make it better? I don't. This might be interesting later tonight here. I'm not sure how this plays out, but maybe the storms, do they strengthen when they hit a cold front or no? I mean, it's not necessarily a cold front. It's just colder air, gradually colder as you get away from the warm front. I mean, so I'm assuming they're just not going to sustain the velocity or some shit. I don't know, dude. But it's not like they're running right into a cold front. So maybe they're not. So maybe the storms are probably still going to come, but I don't think they're going to sustain the velocity, because it's not the same temperature as where they're forming and firing up. So I'm suspecting that they might fizzle out over a certain mile radius. Maybe I'm totally off on this. I don't fucking know. But we are at 11% here on the battery as we wind this one down here shortly. The cold air is pushed over the warm, which causes the thunderstorm. Yeah, we'll see. Well, we'll see. I mean, there could be tornadoes. There might not. There could not be tornadoes. Who knows? We'll see. But if they spawn during the nighttime, that is not going to be ideal at all for anyone. That is going to be pretty terrible. Yeah. I watched the Markiplier. He literally tried to create a tornado in like a bucket or something. I don't remember what it was, but it was weird. Or like an air machine or something. I don't remember. I guess I should have listened in science class. Dude, all they did in science class, at least in middle school, was play fucking Bill Nye and shit. Like, oh yeah, we're watching Bill Nye today, and it's like, okay. Not sure what this is really doing for us, but all right, Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill. And it's like, wow, this is great. We just walk into the classroom. We don't do anything. That's amazing. I literally can't remember anything. Now that I think about it, like, literally nothing. So, I really don't know how we graduated high school. I'm not really sure how that... Maybe we just have a disease where we forget things over time. I'm not sure. Maybe that's normal. I don't know. I mean, it's been over a decade, so, it's hard to remember. Playing Vidya and their mom's parents. I don't play Vidya. I mean, I don't go home and play video games, guys. Like, it's like, I mean, unless it's like GTA 6 or some fucking, massive game like Starfield or some big fucking game that feels eventful, I don't necessarily, there's no drive to play these games. I legitimately have not played, and I know people aren't going to believe this, but I legitimately have not played Resident Evil 4 Remake since we last played it on stream. Like, I literally uninstalled it then. It's not reinstalled. I would rather play 7, and I know we have yet to download that. And, when we get it downloaded, I do want to jump into 7 because we have not completed 7. So, and that would be fresh and interesting to me in some ways because... the only thing we got, the farthest that we got was, I think, the Bee Lady in 7. And that's still, like, in the Baker Mansion thing. And I think you go to, like, a boat or some shit. I've never played that. Maybe we have gotten further than the Bee Lady. I don't remember. But I know I haven't played the boat section. I don't think I played the boat section. But I remember you got to put these VHS tapes in the things. I hated that section where you got to play the VHS. Oh, God. You got to find the VHS tape. You got to put it in the VCR player and then go through these segments. Bill is an actor and comedian. He also plays the role as a scientist. There you go. Well, I mean, he's not like a total... I mean, look... Well, I mean, we could try RE7. I mean, it's a 20 gig game. We would have to download it, though. But RE6, we tried RE6, and I thought RE6 initially was interesting, and then it turned into this just like... You know, you go into this. I thought the survivor aspect was interesting with RE6, with the Leon with the townsfolk, and I thought that was a unique part of the campaign. Not that there was that much weight there, but I thought that was cool. Holy shit! The wind's picking up here. The wind is picking. Well, he's probably got a it's like Dr. Phil. I mean, I don't know if he's a real doctor. Well, I'm assuming he has a background in it, but I don't know. It's entertainment. Yeah, it's more entertainment focused than it is, pure scientific data, I guess. It's entertainment. Which is, that's why they played it in class, because it's like no one's going to watch like some fucking, well, YouTube didn't exist then, but, no one's going to watch some boring-ass fucking video about how volcanoes erupt, where it's like two scientists go out in front of the volcano. Well, actually, maybe that does sound interesting, like, oh, hey, they'd rather watch Bill Nye the Science Guy with that production behind it, and, they got that catchy song that really got Bill Nye over. That really got Bill Nye. Miss May was the best part about Resident Evil 6. Oh, I thought that was someone from the stream, but apparently not. So, yeah, that was interesting. That was very interesting. Yeah, the laptop is about to fly out. Well, the battery's going to die here. We got 7% of the battery. Right here, I'll show you. Right here, I'll show you guys. 7%. Not that I... Here we go. Right here. I just took a picture of it. 7% of the battery. So the battery is dying here. And we'll wrap it up, and either we'll see you later tonight or tomorrow, depending on what we feel like. But we do appreciate you guys for stopping by, tagging in and tuning in, supporting the show, and discussing whatever we discussed here today, and joining us for the talk show as we wait the tornadoes. Severe thunderstorms, at least. Let me take a last look here at the weather. Maybe it is getting warmer out here, and I'm just not noticing it, because it wouldn't be immediate. You know what I mean? It would. I think it actually is getting a little warmer out here now that I start to think about it, because it wouldn't, But the wind is really, in my opinion, knocking the temperature. It's not. Let me see the temperature here. Okay, 6% on there. I got enough time here. So the warm front is right there. I don't think that's moving unless it secretly crawls up here. Yeah, damn, it's cold out here. 53? I thought it was 60. Who's getting these temperatures wrong? The Weather Channel says 65. This other app says 50. What is the temperature out here? Okay, the radar says it's 53 degrees. Let me close the radar and refresh it. Someone is wrong, and I don't know which app is wrong. The radar says 53 degrees. The Weather Channel says, and I'm looking at the right place, 65. The Weather Channel says 65. I don't know about 65, but I also don't know. 53? What temperature is it? Well, I guess we're going to have to go with the Weather Channel because it's the fucking Weather Channel. It says 65. I don't think it's 65 out here, man. Let me go to the feels like temperature. Feels like 65. That's bullshit. Then why is my nose running out here? It ain't. I mean, we've been out here for fucking 3 hours nearly, but it does not feel like 65. Well, maybe. If the wind stopped, it would feel like 65 in my opinion. But the wind hasn't stopped, and I'm a little conflicted here. It says 53 degrees right now, so maybe the warm front's already here. Maybe this radar is trash. It says so the high temperature is going to be 68, which is still lower than what they initially said. They said like 72 at one point. We got 5% of the computer here. They said 74% at one point, and it only got up to 65 so far. Now maybe it continues to climb later today, but yeah, I just I don't see the potential here. I mean, there are storms firing up here way down south, and they are looking pretty nasty. Damn, that shit's got pink in it, bro. They are looking pretty nasty, but there's no way they're going to retain that if it's that cold up here compared to, let me see the temperature down there. 80 degrees down there where the storms are forming, and way up here it says it's 53. Now, is it 53 or is it 65? I don't fucking know. But regardless, there is still going to be a temperature drop, and I'm curious to see if that's going to affect the cells. We should just do a fucking weather show at this point. I'm literally more interested in the weather than the fucking remake. I mean, that's the state of gaming, the absolute state of gaming. More interested talking about wrestling, more interested talking about fucking anything, but holy shit! Holy shit! Oh. You're not walking or doing, well, exactly. Yeah, if we were walking out here, we would probably, we'd get the body warmed up a little bit, but we're just basically sitting here. I mean, we can, but, the computer is going to die 4%. So we're going to have to wrap it up here before it cuts off. We're going to have to wrap it up here. We do appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And we will either see you later tonight or tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. And we do appreciate the members for being here and sticking around, especially some of these long-term members here for nearly 2 years or over 2 years. We do appreciate that. Or even new members. We do appreciate that as well. So thank you so kindly. We will be back either later tonight or tomorrow. But with that said, that's going to do it for now. Appreciate you again for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And with that said, it's over. Hey there, mister.